hair rep is bothering me. You're headed to Bali tomorrow? Nice. Safe travels and enjoy your stay. Beloved said it actually relaxed me a lot, but I feel guilty. It's all right. Hell, it'd be like that. We're going to talk about it. Come on. Welcome in, lovelies. Welcome to today's show, the Crystaline Mars Show, episode 238. I am your co-host, Mrs. Dublé Jones, the lady with the stones, the come here's, and the leave us alones, and we invite you here every night. Every night we grow live, and we speak everything numerology, astrology, soulology, spirituality. And so turn your notifications on so you don't miss a beat. Run over to our YouTube, subscribe, comment, like, and share our videos as well. If you hadn't already, thank you. Our handle is Crystaline Mars. We're also on TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram. TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram at Crystaline Mars. So just make sure you connect with us and reflect with us, dissect with us on all platforms. And also you can head over to the website, CrystalineMars.com, for any spiritual tools, jewels, gems, services, and any custom orders, y'all. Custom is a way to go lately. I've been trying to create more jewelry to add to the website, but I've been flooded, and I'm grateful, but I've been flooded with custom orders. So if there is something that you like, customs take priority. And so DM me or email me if you'd like to get a custom. We could work around your budget and get whatever you need, okay? So we're going to go ahead and delve into the message of the day. And what's the message of the day? The message of the day is everything has an expiration date. Everything has an expiration date. And when I received that download, I immediately thought about your greens, like your organic foods, right? They don't last long. Your organic foods, like me and my family, well, I don't go to the grocery store that much anymore because, I fast, but we would go to the grocery store like every 3 to 4 days just to get fresh fruits and fresh vegetables, because when it's fresh, it don't last long because it doesn't have the preservatives. It doesn't have all of the chemicals and things, the additives and things to give it longevity, right? And so when it comes to you on your spiritual walk, when it comes to you in your transcendence, as you transcend, and the quicker you transcend, right, and align with that higher vibration, that higher frequency, things are going to fall off quicker. Things are going to expire quicker, right? You're not going to have 30 days like you used to. This is not a gallon of milk that we're working with, right? And so with that, it's going to be a challenge. It's going to be a challenge because of the times we're in, because we're being called to surrender. We're finding that we're seeing our attachments to certain earthly things, right? Whether it be food, people, beliefs, our jobs, the way we make money, mindsets, habits, whatever they are. But Spirit just wants to come through to remind us that everything has an expiration date. And so if you have reached your expiration date, if your expiration date has already passed, right? There are some things that you knew been expired. There are some things that you knew been, the time's been up. And if you want to continue to consume that, you will just delay yourself. You will either delay yourself, well, you're going to delay yourself for sure, but delay, stagnate, or you may even get sick, because when we talk about these evolutions and elevations and transcendence and things like that, our bodies cannot handle what it used to handle anymore. And so if we continue to try to introduce these old things to our new bodies, right? Because we are healing at a cellular level. We are undergoing a very deep and big transformation right now. And if we try to continue to invite and indulge in unhealthiness and toxicity, it will manifest as disease. All right? So release, surrender, and you will receive. And just give yourself time, because, and when I say give yourself time, I don't mean give yourself more excuses, which will buy you more time. I mean, give yourself time to adjust and adapt, because you may not enjoy it right now, right? You may not enjoy early risings. You may not enjoy your the foods and things that your palate is now craving, right? You may not enjoy your fruits, your veggies, or even your coconut waters or the bitters, whatever they may be. But in time, when you see the results, when you see how they served you, you're going to love it, and you will adjust and adapt in time. All right. And remember, your attitude determines your altitude. So shift your attitude when it comes to, the things that you have to release. Because I just heard you acting like you're doing me a favor, right? Where you may be bitching, moaning, griping, like, I got to do this, or, I got to do that. And at the end of the day, it's for you. Do you want what you said you want or not? And don't look at it as I have to. Look at it as I get to. I have the opportunity to. You know? So that concludes the message of the day. And we're now going to transition over to our daily energy. Peace to y'all on YouTube. 800 TZ Kendra. NY Deb said tonight, full moon 15 years ago today, my mom passed and I snapped a tooth in half. Wow, what a day. I'm exhausted. Wow. Peace, Jimmy. Kendra said this message was fire. Thank you, Ashe. All right. All right, y'all. So let's go ahead and move into the daily energy. And a lot of the message of the day was really inspired by this moon energy, right? Because the moon, y'all know we had the full moon in Aries, but that moon done passed. That moon done transited into the zodiac sign Taurus. So she is now resting in the sign of Taurus, testing us. Because Taurus loves routines. Taurus love routines. And so we're now seeing our routine and how we can evolve that, and what needs to be spat out, what needs to be, brought in. But I'm going to go ahead and delve into the daily energy for 10/18/2024. That adds up to 18, which adds up to 9. That 9 speaks of endings. Endings. And some of us are at the 9, right? Choosing to stay here. We're at the finish line, but we have not crossed the threshold because we're sitting here waiting, indulging, holding on to the things on this side of the threshold that we are literally hindering ourselves from crossing over to the other side. All right. And so with this daily energy, Friday is Venus energy, which rules Libra as well as Taurus. Okay, the moon is in Taurus, like I said. So some of us may feel very comfortable tomorrow, and we may feel uncomfortable, right? Where some of us may feel guilty, right? We may receive a lot of resistance when it comes to us trying to just do things the same way. And so the best thing that we can do is, honestly, it does feel like we need to call on our spiritual team. Like we need a little assistance right now, because a lot of us are deeply rooted in certain things, or just comfortable where we are, and we need a little assistance. And so definitely like connecting with your Oshun, Connecting with your ancestors. And I would recommend more so the ancestors, if not anybody on this day, okay? But you may find yourself seeking stability and joy in all aspects of life, right? You'll be called to make some changes in routine. And even if you don't make the changes in your routine tomorrow, tomorrow will be a day where it'll be good to like put it down on paper, get out of your head, because maybe you've been just thinking about what you want to do, thinking about what you need to do, and it's time for you to put it on paper, like write it down and make it plain, and that is going to help put your intentions into action here. All right, some of you may also feel inclined to purchase some plants or do some kind of root work, rather that's spiritual bath, rather that is going to invest in some plants. Like I said, some of y'all have bad history when it comes to taking care of plants, like your plant babies always die. But on this day, you may feel like you want to give it another try and bring that life energy into your home. But for the most part, I do see us feeling grounded and emotionally stable and at peace with ourselves. The energy overall feels very tranquil, very still. And so when it comes to us acknowledging where we are ill and where we need to shift, it's going to be clear as day. I don't hear a lot of like chatter in the mind. It doesn't feel like a lot of chaos in the external, though it may, because the 9 is here. This is the 18th, and that's non-energy, which is Aries, and that's the planet of, is ruled by Mars, which is a planet of war and chaos. I don't see the chaos though. And so the ancestors may even be heavily present on this day just to protect you from that energy, the negativity, the lower vibrations, just to create a space of stillness for you to see yourself, for you to hear yourself, and also so you can hear them. Yeah, because I'm seeing mute. I'm seeing mute, right? So energy is definitely being muted and booted, okay? On this day, though, it'll be very beneficial to focus on activities that promote comfort, sensory pleasure, beauty, and stability, such as indulging in a luxurious bath, cooking a delicious meal, spending some time in nature, going for a nice walk, getting a massage, creating art, enjoying quality time with your loved ones, gardening, or simply relaxing at home with cozy surroundings. All right. Essentially, anything that allows you to feel grounded and appreciate the simple pleasures in life. Even if it's like a mani pedi, right? Some of us have, I'm looking at somebody who looks very woofy, right? Where you may have not been getting your hair cut, or you may have not been putting effort into doing your hair. Or you've been neglecting your look where you just feel rough. This will be a great time to show up for yourself and to give yourself what you need, all right? Especially being that, we've been showing up, because Taurus is also very reliable, right? If you know a Taurus, they're the ones that you can lean on when it comes to stability, when it comes to being reliable and level-headed. And a lot of us have been being that for ourselves, learning what it feels and looks like and what it is, what it really means to be our own pillar. But some of us have also had to be the pillar for those around us. And it may have been very taxing. And so on this day, it's like, let's go ahead and return that investment into yourself. Okay. So some activating the root chakra, doing some root work with the root chakra as well, will benefit you with grounding yourself into your body. And that's also what I feel too when it comes to these changes and things like that. It's like a lot of us are feeling unrooted, because what we're being called to do is contrary. It's so different from the space that we've been operating out of, and but when we root ourselves, we feel secure, we feel safe, and we know that we're good. We're covered with ourselves, regardless to anything around us. Some of us may be, you may have been craving like salt. You may have been craving potatoes, chips, pastas, like your heavy foods, right, as comfort. Some of y'all literally is like breads, doughs and cookies and muffins and things like that. You may have just been finding even sweets, right, that you've just been craving these things from comfort, right, because you have this desire for comfort. You want to feel warm. You want to feel, safe and cozy. You want the sweetness in your life, right? And so you may be craving that externally, but I just need you to be mindful of that. And we like to say, emphasize when it comes to self-love, say yes to self, but there are some times that we need to say no to ourselves and no to certain things for our wellness as well, okay? So just keep that in mind. And so the crystals for the day are amethyst, rose quartz, malachite, kambaba jasper, and red jasper. And the colors for the day are orange, pink, and purple. And so we're going to go ahead and move into the collective reading, well, the personal readings. Jimmy Nelson said, I need a lady like you, Ashe. Terry said, I came in on point. I definitely got to get rid of toxic relationship, toxic habits. Awareness is key. At least you know, and from there we can grow. Melanie said, good evening and happy blood supermoon. Same to you. Terry said, you've been craving potatoes. Ashe, I am doing well. Thank you. And peace, Sierra, and to all of you who have joined us. And so I did get some love offerings for live readings. And we're going to start with Theodore. And then we're going to move on to Masterpiece, Love. Okay. So Theodore, what kind of reading would you like, babe? What kind of reading would you like, Theodore? And just the FYI, Theodore, you did, you sent in $10 this time and you sent in $10 last time. So technically you did reach the minimum. But I just wanted you to be aware, if you weren't already, that it is $15 minimum. All right? Frida Jewel said, peace, queen. I've been craving watermelon. Ashe. And indulge in heavily in it. All right. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ashe to that. All right. So Theodore, what kind of reading would you like? Theodore, are you still here? Oh, so you said, okay, don't worry about the other money. I'll send another 5. Ashe. Thank you. And what kind of reading would you like? So y'all stay with us. I'm about to do personal readings, but I'm sure it'll be something here for you. And then I'm just doing 2. So I'm going to do Theodore first. And then I'm going to do Masterpiece. And then we're going to move into the collective. You want a spiritual reading? General love, career? Or do you have a personal question? Okay. Readings are cut off after those 2 you named. Yes. I only do 2 a night, and I do first come, first serve. So if you want dibs, I encourage that you send your love offering in, and you'll be automatically done tomorrow because I don't have anybody on the list for tomorrow. I do have somebody pending, but whenever he comes in. So All right. So when it comes to the career, what came out for you first as the overall energy is the Goddess Circle, and it's the Wheel of Change card, and it's in reverse. So I do see that something is not moving, and I do feel like something is not changing. I won't say that it's not going to change anytime soon, but it doesn't feel like it. It does feel like you need to find a space of complacency, like positive, neutral complacency when it comes to where you are right now. In the past, I do see that this was something, whatever it is that you are doing right now, it's like you were very much connected to it, very excited about it, very passionate about it, very connected, very confident in what you did. Like you loved it. It was definitely connected to your soul. And now it feels like you're ready to release it. It does, see, because you have the Queen of Cups and the Four of Pentacles. So you may feel like you've outgrown something. You may feel like, you know, maybe it's water under the bridge here, and maybe it has to do with like money, because the Four of Pentacles in reverse is in reverse. And so, you know, there may be, you may have like more financial goals that are not being met right now. And so that may also be pushing you to want this shift, this change here. But I do feel like you need to surrender the vision that you have for your future here. And when I say surrender the vision, yeah, Spirit's like, yeah, because there is another path. There is more for you to explore, but you can't see that right now. And it just feels like you're trying to bypass. And I'm seeing a treasure. I'm seeing you on a boat, and it's a treasure underneath the water, and you're trying to sail to new land, and I've just seen you like pass over the treasure. So it does feel like there is a hidden treasure here. There is something for you to unlock here. There is something for you to expand, explore, and to share here. But maybe you need to come from like a different angle. Yeah, like come with a different approach or do something new here. But with the future here, we have the Nine of Swords and the King of Cups. So it's interesting because we have the Queen of Cups here in the present, but then we have the King of Cups here in reverse for the future. So with this with the Queen of Cups here, it's like surrender any attachments that you have to the outcomes here, because it does feel like some maturity that needs to happen before you can experience this shift here. That's what I'm getting, because the King of Cups is in reverse. And so this is speaking of you not being fully developed yet, right? You're not being fully developed yet in the physical when it comes to like maybe skill here, because the feminine is more of the spiritual and the masculine is more physical. And so it does feel like there is more maturity and skill that needs to be gained before you can evolve. And it feels like you're just heavily thinking about tomorrow, thinking about where you're gonna be, and it's like it's driving you nuts. Even your sleep has been a little wonky. Anxiety has been showing up for you. And this doesn't feel like something that you typically suffer from. But lately it's been kicking up because you feel like you don't have control of the outcome, which you don't. But you are being called to relax, to breathe, and to just like flow with the universe at this time. Okay, I don't see things changing right now though. So, you know, just find comfort and peace with where you are right now, and just continue to evolve and grow. When I say complacent, I don't mean just get stagnant and just stop trying to grow, stop growing, not even trying, stop growing spiritually and physically, emotionally. I don't mean that. I mean, just do what you can where you are without being attached to what's to come. All right. So that's what I got for you, Theodore. And I'm going to go ahead and get into Masterpiece. Masterpiece wanted love here. I want to get a love deck. I did see this one love deck. And it's like, I really like it because it's by the lovely who create these cards with like the beautiful artwork. Like I love her artwork and I love her decks. I have about 3 of them. And she has a love deck for $60, and I just don't want to spend $60 on the deck right now. Of course. Thank you, Aaliyah. All right, so Masterpiece, come forth. I call you forth. Masterpiece, love. Hold on real quick, because my incense went out. Peace to you that joined. All right, there we go. Yay. All right, so let's get an overall for you. Nice. Okay. Oh, Lord, that's too much. No. Okay. So, reverse. Okay, nice. Okay, so Masterpiece. Your overall energy, it says sacrifice and self-reflection here. All right, sacrifice and self-reflection here. And so, all right, and this one popped out. And this is 2. Okay, so it definitely does feel like you need to evolve your self-love, self-care practice here, and your perspective around self-love as well. I do feel like there is something that you need to sacrifice. And when I say sacrifice, I mean let go of some things that you love that are not well for you, that are not good for you, that are not healthy for you here. Okay. Your emotions may have been, up and down. It does feel like your energy levels are wonky, and I do feel like it is connected to what you are consuming in whatever way, shape, or form here. But in the past energy, it does feel like when it came to love itself, things that you loved or people like love interest, you would move very fast. You would move very fast, and then it does feel like these abrupt endings where, they will come as fast as they come in, as fast that it ends. And it does feel like it was a lot of divine intervention when it came to things that you wanted to move forward with. And so now when it comes to love, it just feels like it is a desire of yours, but it's not something that you are working on. You're focused more on your healing. You're focused more on reconnecting, recentering, and giving yourself what you need right here. In the future, though, we have the Devil in reverse, and we have the Ace of Wands here in reverse. And so with this, it does feel like, hold on. Got 3 again. Okay, it does feel like you need to challenge your belief systems, maybe even write down your belief systems or what is love to you. And when it comes to your relationships, it does feel like your past is definitely it definitely framed the way you view love. And I'm hearing rather like this kind of person doesn't exist, or these kind of people are hard to come across. And it does feel like your belief systems are getting in your way when it comes to your actual manifestations of the desires of your heart. So it does feel like you need to shift and speak more positively about what does exist, about what is here for you, instead of focusing on what is not. be more intentional of speaking, thinking, visualizing, and aligning with the energy that you do desire to align with. Um, but just continue to explore different ways and how to connect with yourself deeper, especially on your Fridays. Those will be the best days for you to explore yourself. And I'm even seeing like sex magic, so that might be something. I do feel like you need to you don't necessarily have to masturbate, you know. I'm not saying that you have to do that, but it does feel like you need to spend more time with like loving your body, right? There may be some things about your body that you don't like, because I did pick that up as well. Um, you know, there may be some things about your body, certain features or just certain scars or whatever that you don't like, or maybe even like your hair or your natural face, whatever it is, right? And it does feel like you need to spend more time in sprinkling more love over those areas and embracing those areas, and like massaging your breasts, massaging your body, and like connecting with your sexuality and being more sensual with yourself. You said it's scars. Okay. Get you some butters. Have you used butters and things? You know, shea butter, cocoa butter. But yes, so that's what I got for you. It just feels like continue to explore how you can show up more for yourself and love yourself unconditionally in totality, scars and all, right? Don't wait till they heal. Don't wait till they clear up to love yourself. How can you embrace them now? All right, so that's what I have for you, babe. And so we're now going to get into the collective reading. Y'all, I spun the block, and I didn't even spin the block because technically I was still on the same block, but I've been battling letting go of fish for a year now. A year ago, I got a download that it will be a day that I will not be consuming any flesh. And the only flesh that I consume now is fish. And I was like, okay, that's one day. That's maybe 10 years from now. And then like 2 months after that download, I think it was the beginning of this year because it was around Pisces season. Yeah, which made sense because that was like the fish season, right? I was like, all right, I'm done with the fish. And I fasted from fish for about 2 months, 2 to 3 months. I did not eat any fish. I just consumed salads, avocados, and like my peppers and my fonio. And I did good. And then I had a tower moment and I spun the block. And I've been on the block ever since. So I've been on the block since like April. I've been on the block since like April. And I just said last night that I knew that I'm now being called to. It's interesting because it's like I get the downloads and then I try to like jump into it, but then I'm not ready. And then like my higher self take me on a journey to wean off of other things that will like open the doorway for it to be easier for me to do that thing. So like, you know, I'm now fasting. I'm eating only every 4 days. And so I've been doing that. I've been adapting to that for a month. And now I've gotten a download that it's time for me to release the fish. And I'm like, fuck, I don't really want to do that. You know, like I love, you know, flesh. And I don't know why I'm getting so emotional. This is not about the fish. My eyes. Y'all ever about to cry and your eyes just start burning, bitch? Because like, fuck. But this is not about the fish. I'm glad that happened though, because that stopped me from crying, bitch. Because what you crying for? But this is not about the fish, but it's just like, fuck, like, I already don't eat anything, you know? And I've been here so many times. And I just see that it's just me and me versus me. And so yesterday I was like, shit, fuck that, bitch. I'm eating fish. So I ate today. Today was my eat day. And I ate some salmon with my salad, and about 15 minutes after, because y'all know like I'm not only am I fasting, but I also just did like a parasite cleanse. I did that. I consumed the parasite bitter for like a month, so that did a major detox. And but I'm still eating a fish, and parasites definitely come from like meats and things like that. And so after about 10 minutes after I ate the fish, I started feeling this like sharp pain on the side of my head. And I'm like, I knew it was the fish. And I'm like, fuck. So I'm now at a crossroads where it's like the message of the day was for me too, you know, like everything has an expiration date. And I don't know what that looks like, but I guess I won't know until I do. You know, and maybe I don't know. I don't know if this is just something that I need to just eat in moderation, because I told you I'm very extremist, so I'm just venting right now. Thank you for holding space. I eat fish with every meal because I'm like, I already don't eat, bitch. And even when I did eat every day, I ate fish with every meal. And so I don't know if I just need to like fast right now and then I can slowly incorporate it like frequently, but I don't need to eat it every meal that I eat, and that might be what it needs to be. But I know I'm being called to release it and just like definitely fast from it for a while. So I'm like, I'm sitting with that. But I remember last time I did fast, it took me like a week or two to adjust, and then I really enjoyed my meatless salads. So I've been there before. I know what it feels like. I know what it looks like, just not long term. I'm like, lifetime? Is this lifetime, or is this just like periodic? I don't know. But we're going to go ahead and get into the collective read. I want y'all to take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Peace to all of you. Beef Cheddar said, I am fat and I have been trying to fast for a whole month, but I can't get past one day. All right. Well, start small. You know, whatever. Like, if you're trying to fast until 6 o'clock, push it to like 12. You know, and then start in small increments. Right? Or I'm not going to eat this for a day. You know, like start small. Don't overwhelm yourself. That's one thing I've learned. Don't set these big, unrealistic goals for yourself, because you're only setting yourself up for disappointment. You said, I want to do 30 days only water. Let's be realistic. You have to, one, give your body time to prepare for that. Because if you was to just shock like that and you don't already live a clean, healthy lifestyle, you can get sick. You know what I mean? So start small. Could you try jackfruit or mushrooms? So I have a thing with mushrooms too. I know, you know, it's definitely debatable because mushrooms can be considered like healthy, but from what I understand, mushrooms are toxic. And it got to the point where when I fasted from mushrooms and when I finally consumed mushrooms, I could taste it. They taste like alcohol. And I was like, oh, wow. And so mushrooms is something that I'm being called to fast from as well. And, you know, we're all on different paths. We're all on different levels and things like that. And so I'm just seeing like what my evolution looks like is all things toxic must go. Like I got to heal my gut, you know. I desire to have babies in the future. You know what I mean? And I want my babies to be as healthy. You know, it's my daughter. She has leaky gut like me because I didn't heal that before I birthed her. And I don't want to carry certain things over, you know, pass certain things down. And so I have to make these shifts now. Graffiti said, going back to an alkaline vegan diet. You're making me want to leave consuming flesh altogether again. With fish, there's trauma trapped in the blood and the flesh of fish. I know that. But that meat, though. Yeah, but for real, though. And download I got with that was like, you don't need anything that got a heartbeat. Frida Jula said, and that trauma consumed with the consumption of any animal flesh, right? Yeah. All right, y'all, so let's get into collective. Enough about me. Thank y'all for holding space. Kendra said, are you vegan, if you don't mind me asking? I don't even consider myself vegan because I don't eat vegan meats. Vegan meats, I used to. I had a lifetime, like last year. I was able to consume it and stuff, and I was consuming it not even much, but you know, every so often, and I would get constipated. And when you don't eat certain things, and then when you finally do eat something and you see how your body reacts to it, that is how I know if it's healthy or not. Because of how my body, especially as a woman, your discharge will definitely tell you a lot, because your discharge is one way of how it, one way of communicating to you how your body is processing or rejecting certain stuff. And so, like, when I would eat fish, well, yeah, when I eat fish, I find that my discharge is heavy, and it's like it's connected to the fish, because it's not like that when I don't eat fish, you know. Or when I eat vegan meat, now I'm constipated, and I'm like, it's connected to the freaking vegan meat, you know. So definitely, when it comes to seeing what's healthy for you, what works for you or not, tune into your body, and your body is gonna always communicate like, hey, I'm not processing this, or hey, this ain't given, right? Shame. Thank y'all. You said those plant-based meats are no good, especially that Beyond Meat, right? Yeah, so I wouldn't consider myself vegan. I don't know what label I would give myself, because all I eat is salad and fonio, like literally. I tried to do like wild rice and stuff like that, and that stuff, it's like I could tell when I know when I'm not nourishing my body, and that's ultimately what's happening. My body's like, nourish me, nothing more, nothing less, nourishment only. Like, all of that indulging because you like it is out the door, and I'm like, all right, let's see what we got. Ashe. All right, come on. So we have the loner in reverse. You are not alone. You know, and so with this loner in reverse, it does feel like some of y'all may have certain standards that you're holding yourself holding yourself to. There may be certain goals that you have for yourself, and you may feel like alone. You may feel like you're the only person that's taking yourself serious, because like you may be saying, you know, I am not going to do certain things, and everybody around you are doing those things, and discipline is gonna be key. Discipline is gonna be key to you, for you. Does your body react well to lentils? Well, beans give me gas. Told you I got leaky gut, so beans give me gas. I just was consuming edamame, and I was like gassy for like 3 days, and I'm like, done, son. So, and it seems like my leaky gut gets louder as I evolve. It's like, yeah, this is contributing to it. Like, stop. All right. So we have message of concern here. So we have the loner. We have message of concern. No, this. Okay. Message of concern, and we have thief. So interesting. So there are going to be some changes that you're making that maybe some people will not understand. Some people may be like appalled, right? And this even feels like energies as well that are getting an eviction notice with this message of concern. Somebody's definitely getting put on notice here. And we have thief. So this does feel like something that was feeding off of your energy, that you're exchanging energy with, and it's days. Yeah, because I'm now seeing the little sand. I think I have the sand on the title, the little sand thingy. Somebody's time is definitely, or something, some time is definitely coming up. Like somebody's time is almost up, or something's time is almost up. We have 5 here. Some of y'all been seeing a lot of 5s, catching it on a clock, license plates or whatever. But we have mature man. And so this is speaking of your maturity here. This is speaking of you choosing wiser, right? And you knowing what's best for you. There may be some people that, you know, may try to talk you out of what you're doing, right? And they're maybe operating from a more fear-based frequency. So we got 44 here, 44, and that's 8. Yeah. Like I said, that maturity and you setting boundaries and saying like, hey, enough is enough here. Enough is enough here. Ooh, child. We have, it's not working no more. Occupation in reverse. Something is not working anymore. And it's like it may feel good because like that fish, it felt good in a moment. It felt good in a moment, but the energy that comes with that don't feel good. You know, you may feel good like whatever comfort it is that you, whatever things it is that you go to for comfort, it may give you that relief in that moment. But then you got to come back to reality though. You cannot escape the reality. So I ask you, what is not working anymore? What is not working anymore that you keep paying? Literally. You're losing. Because what I'm seeing right now is like a boss literally pay somebody who is not getting the job done, and they're just on the clock, eating up the hours and getting paid, right? And what that looks like, right, on a real, on a level where you can relate is something that you are consuming, something that you are exchanging energy with that is not serving you, that is not helping you grow, that is not helping you align, but you keep going back to it, you keep exchanging energy with it, and it's like you're literally losing. You're not gaining anything. You may be gaining some weight. You may be gaining some comfort, right? Shout outs to the lovely who just placed an order. I couldn't see the name. And with this occupation, this is card number 34. 3 plus 4, that adds up to 7, and that's Pisces. That's the end of a cycle, right? But it's in reverse, and so it's like with the mature man right here, it's like, are you going to grow up or are you going to stay here? The choice is yours. Are you going to stay and suffer? Are you going to stay and suffer here? Gosh. You are learning what in this world, but not of it, means. You are learning what being in this world, but not of it, means. Slowly but surely. Brown Thompson said, my relationship. Your internet tweaking? Yikes. Cut your Wi-Fi off. If you got, see? We have mature woman in reverse. We have mature woman in reverse, and this is card number 6, and this is 6 represents balance and harmony. So like I said, what is it that's not, the choice is yours. Either you can grow or you can slow, because we have mature man upright and we have mature woman in reverse. And so with this masculine and feminine, with the masculine being upright, it does feel like it's a mind over matter thing where you just got to get control over your mind, where you have to speak and declare what it will be and what it will not be. All right. And I'm seeing some of us like talk ourselves out of what we said we were going to do. But with this mature woman, this is symbolizing that spiritual, unseen energy here. And so it does feel like there is, it's more like spiritual attachments that are here, some cords that need to be cut. You may even want to do like more visualization when it comes to like, you could visualize yourself like Fear Factor. We might do that. We might do a trip like that, actually. We may do a trip on this upcoming Sunday. Y'all know we do our spiritual exercises. And I may do like a Fear Factor themed, a Fear Factor themed spiritual exercise. Because what I just saw was, I know on one of the episodes, they had to go in like a box and they dropped all the worms on them. And they had like their nose and things plugged so it didn't get in their nose and like I think their mouth or something like that. I think they had to just sit in the box. Yeah, they had to sit in the box for like a few minutes or something like that. But what I was going to say was you may want to do more visualizing. Like you may visualize parasites or, you know, worms in and on you, and just visualize yourself cleansing. And he said not the cockroach coffin. Right? Visualize those things cleansing off of you and you purging that energy out, right? So we definitely want to get in our spiritual bag when it comes to visualization, when it comes to taking our baths or even our showers, and using our third eye and our mind to help us break these contracts and release ourselves from these attachments that we have. You said, but finances are unstable, but I feel that's an illusion too. Ashe. All you can do is what you can do. Oh, Yannick said, you are so beautiful, sis. No homo. I ain't here to no homo in forever. Thank you. What else we got? We have the marriage and we have the marriage upright. So it's like commitment. It's like, you know, and some of you may be exploring that as well. Like some of you may be married or in a relationship, or you may want a relationship or marriage, and you're like, or even if it's not to that extreme, but you may be in a space of exploring what commitment looks like to yourself. Like, okay, before I vow to commit to my lover or to this job, you know, fully, I have to first commit to myself so I can always show up as, you know, who it is I want to show up as in my relationship and in, you know, at my job and things like that. Like it comes back to me. So are you committed, and what are you committed to? You know, what contracts have you agreed to, Quanafia? Because this marriage also speaks of contracts. So like I said, some of y'all may benefit from booking a spiritual clearing on CrystalineMars.com with myself, or even getting a live clearing on live by Brother Lagaz, or doing your own, right? We have sudden wealth in reverse. We have sudden wealth in reverse. And so it does feel like it's like you're in your own way. We are in our own way at this point. We are. Because the sudden wealth is in reverse, and we have the commitment here. And so it's like whatever you're committed to, whatever you are consuming, whatever it is that you are choosing, it's not choosing you. Like it's blocking you. It's blocking you. And I just heard it's the hard knock life. So, you know, life may feel real hard knockish right now, and you may be trying to move out of the space, but you're still like consuming lower vibrational things that are going to keep you here energetically and spiritually here. We have card number 19, the coffin. So this is like speaking of an ending that needs to happen, like we talked about. All right. And is tomorrow the 19th? No. Tomorrow is the 18th. The 19th is on Saturn Day, if I'm not mistaken. And that is also that Capricorn energy, which is like, are you going to, you know, rise? Are you going to release that? Are you going to set boundaries with yourself? Are you going to mature? Are you going to, you know, do what needs to be done, not what you want to do, or no, right? Change. But it was really in reverse. And so, like I said, with this moon being in Taurus, we're seeing where we are resisting to change, because at this point, it's like, you know what you need to do, you know? And I mean, if you want to stay here, then the choice is yours. Just don't complain about the side effects. Don't complain about where you are. That's all. Like, if you want to stay here, okay. You know, you're just going to get all that comes with that. And all of it's from all angles, you know? But, yeah, we have imprisonment. It's like, do you like being here? It's like, you got the key. You know what needs to be done. You know what needs to be done here. We have the pathway. So it's like like we talked about earlier with the doors being open, right? The doors are open. We got 4, 5, 6, 7. Doors are open, but are you going to cross the threshold? You know, sooner or later. I mean, the choice is yours. The choice is yours, ultimately. It's all a choice. So, that concludes the reading of the night. I hope you got what you needed. If y'all want any spiritual services, like I said, I offer cord cutting, spiritual contract breaking. It's titled Spiritual Clearing on CrystallineMars.com. I highly recommend y'all go book You will not regret it. Thank y'all for y'all reviews. I've been getting reviews as well lately in regards to cord cuttings that happen, and y'all are seeing and feeling, experiencing the shifts and things um, from those clearings. But it is definitely an investment that you will not regret. CrystalineMars.com for any other service as well. I offer a plethora of services, or like I said, y'all can send a love offering in to get a mini version of a clearing by Brother Lagaz, but it's mini, but it goes a long way and it's very shifting. So if y'all like that, Brother Lagaz will be doing a spiritual clearing. And I just want to say a disclaimer before I move on, in case nobody knew. When it comes to these spiritual clearings, I hope y'all don't just be sitting here looking at the clearings. Okay? Because he be guiding that spirit, but you can go on that journey as well. So to those of you who always just sit here and observe the spiritual clearings, you know, and you watching me and Brother Lagaz, you missing out, because you're here on the live for a reason. You're not just here to witness, but you're here to be a part of the experience as well. Right? So I encourage y'all, when Brother Lagaz do this spiritual clearing for our lovely Sierra tonight, that you get what you can, since you're going to be here anyway. And if you'd like, you can send your love offering in for your own personal, clearing, right? So you could get very clear on whatever intentions you have. So that concludes our read for the night. Sean said, do you use NASA toothpaste? That smile is out of this world. That was cute. I really thought NASA was a toothpaste at first until you said it. Because I already had it in my mind. I was about to say, no, I use baking soda. But thank you. I never heard that one. How can I tap in with Brother Lagaz in a more private setting? So Brother Lagaz, he has services on CrystalineMars.com. So that'll be a way. He does have a Instagram as well, Omni Meta Spiritual. We're following him. We're following both of his pages, so you can always DM him there as well. So those will be your two options: either the booking on CrystalineMars.com, or you can DM him on any of his pages. Graffiti said just bought some candles. Ashe for your contract breaking, your cord cutting. Ashe. In regards to overcoming certain personal adversities, or tapping with both of y'all. Shit, I need masculine and feminine for real though. So for me, that would be a consultation that's available on CrystalineMars.com. But yeah, I would recommend that you DM him. Lori said, you on point, queen. Thanks. Of course. Thank you for being here and receiving. Bobby said, I haven't had any luck with leaving a review for your readings. The link in the email wasn't helpful. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with that. Unfortunately, I haven't figured out a way where you can leave reviews for the services. And so I asked y'all to DM me y'all reviews, which y'all have, and I still ain't add them to the site. I have to add them manually as of now, unfortunately. Blessed Beyond Measure said, I've sent my offering for a live reading. When did you send your love offering, babe? And how did you send it? When and how did you send it, Blessed? And yes, I will have to do it tomorrow. You said I'm going to get y'all Wednesday? Okay. Ashe. Welcome into our YouTube lovelies. If we could get the likes up, please, and thank you. If you had not already liked the channel, can you please do so? You said, okay, we'll do. I'll give you a review soon. Thanks. I just got to add them. You said funds is fickle right now. Ashe. We'll be here whenever you're ready. So I'm going to go ahead and clean up my mess and get everything set up for the spiritual lesson. What was the takeaway? What did you take away from the message, from the readings? What you got? Let me know down below. Kong No Pause said, Crystaline. Hey, babe. You said I sent it to the cash tag. Yeah, you must have came in after, because I did look. Let me see. Oh, yeah, you sent it after. So, yes, Alyssa, I'll do you tomorrow. So, meet us here, okay? So Rocker said, I'm going to do a review soon. Ashe, thank y'all. You said funds always find you. Ashe, they sure do. They sure do. And thank y'all for y'all bookings. For sure. I appreciate it. I sent it to just be you. Yes, I received it. I'll do you tomorrow, okay? Relentless said, I missed everything today. Time management. I'm working on it. It's all right, babe. It's all right. It was a good show, though, so I do encourage that you run it back. You already know, run it back on YouTube. It was a good show, though. It was a good show. What time do you usually get on? Between 8 and 9 p.m. Eastern time. Oh, girl, this little brain pop is killing me. Oh, my goodness. Soul Rocker said, fasting, eating better, staying more focused on me. Ashe. Oh, that was your takeaway. Got you. Brown said, time to release that toxicity that no longer serves me. Yes. Graffiti said, the takeaway is leave behind the things that are no longer serving. Everything has an expiration date, for real. Like I said before, like in the past, like you would have that milk and the milk will say it expired today, but then you smell it tomorrow and it don't quite stink. And you like, well, it ain't stink. The milk don't stink yet, so I'm going to take another sip. It's expired. Throw damn milk in the trash, okay? It don't stink yet. It don't stink. I mean, it just expired yesterday. I could get another bowl of cereal. Throw it out. Throw the damn milk out, okay? You're nasty. Ooh, we used to drink the milk. I know we did in my household when I was younger. We sure did used to drink it like a day. We wouldn't go like a week or so, but if it was like the next day, we sure would. Especially if it was like a quarter left, got a quarter tank of gas, we sure would. Shoot. I love you. Y'all laughing because y'all know it's true. Say, hold on, let me smell it. Let me smell it. What does it smell like? All right, what a thing at, y'all. Hold on. Ah! What a thing. Oh, it's on the floor. All right. I'm so lactose intolerant. Anything dairy tears my stomach up. Ashe. He said, not just with food, whatever we're consuming or entertaining or exchanging energy with may have expired as well. Of course. I wasn't just talking about food. That was any and everything, for sure. Because consumption goes beyond what we claim as food. All right. He said, like the video, if you made it this far in the live and are still here. For sure, y'all get the likes up. Thank you. I asked y'all to get the likes up before, and we still at 17 likes. That's crazy. So y'all mean, I was about to say, so you mean tell me everybody liked the video, but you couldn't because it's 24 of us in here. And you vibing, so let's exchange, babe. It's crazy, cuh. Do you perform exorcisms? Well, no, the spiritual clearing, in a sense, could be viewed as an exorcism, but it's not wild like an exorcism, like how they look on movies, rather, because an exorcism is essentially the removal of a demon or an entity, and so I do perform that service, and that's what the spiritual clearing is, but it don't look like how the movies put it. Do you perform spiritual removal? Yes, that's a spiritual clearing. I do, as well as Brother Lagaz. He taught me, actually. He did my first, and then he did my first ever, and I wanted him to do it again, and he didn't do it again, and so it pushed me in a corner to do it for myself, and then I just took what I learned from him and explored it. That was when I was like, oh, he's spiritual, spiritual. That was early in our relationship. I'm like, oh, you spiritual. You know how to move them off me. You don't just pray them away. I do. I need that service. How can I get it done? CrystalineMars.com. CrystalineMars.com. That fish was good, but I feel like I had a whole damn pond, bitch. Brown Thompson said, let's get those likes up. I know she's beautiful, but that's not the purpose. Right. And if you think I'm beautiful, like it. Damn. Help me. Help me. If you like it. You said, have you and Lagos taken shroom journey together? No. No, I had my shroom journey before I met Lagos. I had my shroom journey before I met him. You know, just like a season. I did shrooms for like a month. And so no. You said, as you should, don't play with him. Don't play with him. Rat man, you got one more time before you go in time out, rat man. Act like you got some sense. I've been ignoring your comments and you done came with it about 3 times. And 3 strikes you out. I really should go ahead and put you in time out, but come again. Come again. You go in time out. Nas said, Crystaline, what's up with the Q&A? When we join and ask our stuff, you know I could talk. I know, Nas, we gotta give you a time limit, Nas. You get 2 minutes. Nas get 2 minutes. But then Nas gonna talk the whole 2 minutes and then don't leave you room for no questions. Well, with the Q&A, you know, we do the face-to-face on Fridays. Other than that, you leave your Q&A in the thing, in the chat, okay? All right, let me flip the camera around. Brother Lagos is ready. Ashe. You want the mic? Huh. You got cut on.
Peace, family. Today's spiritual lesson is on the 7 cycles, the 7-year cycles. We all go through 7-year cycles, right? It starts over on the quote unquote 7, right? So think about the 0 from 0 to 1. Well, that's 1 year. That's why the first 7 years is 0 through 6, and then it starts over when you turn 7. Okay, then the next cycle starts when you turn 14, then 21, then 28, 35, 42, 49, 56, 63, 70, and it continues from then on, right? After 70, the shifts are on a spiritual level now. They're on a spiritual level, right? We're really supposed to we're supposed to be aging or existing till about 140 years of age, right? But we are not at the proper frequencies and health, aspects to do that right now, which is hindering our ability to transcend properly as well. But with that being said, which is also making it harder for us to remember who we are when we come back, because we're actually dying too early. That last 70 years is really meant for us. That second 70 years, I should say, is really meant for us to prepare so that we can slowly transition into what we call death. It's supposed to be a slow transition and not such a I'm sick, heart attack, car accident, or what have you type deal, right? So that being said, the 0 through 6 years is the transition years. Those are the years where your consciousness is still coming into your being, into your body, right? Now, this can be a little tricky sometimes because there are some because there's so many spirits that are coming into this reality nowadays. You are seeing there are a lot of children are actually being possessed. They're being possessed. So it seems like they're growing up faster. It seems like they are coming into their ego quicker, but they're actually just being possessed by other egos. And that's the illusion of like, oh, that certain, like there's a lot of kids nowadays that have these, egos, have these certain like adult type of mentalities. It seems like, they're really actually just copying of what they see. They're copying the rambunctiousness, or the overabundance of so many different spirits and egos that are being brought into the planet nowadays, that it can look like, oh, their ego is actually coming in earlier at age 2, 3, 4, but actually it's possession. So understand. Um, and this is also not just through experiences, but this is also through uh, uh, um, different types of shots that you receive, right, when you're born, the type of food you eat, right, the type of things you watch and music you listen to, right. These all will affect the level of possession that happens, in you. Um, Now, I somewhat knew about these things when well, I didn't start coming into this type of information until my son was about maybe 5 or 6 or what have you. But luckily, I knew about like the health things to a certain extent, to where I stayed away from those shots and things like that. And like music and like certain things he's watching and stuff like that. I stayed away from that type of stuff. So literally when he turned about 7, like maybe like a couple months going into 7, or maybe in a few months after that 7, I saw the ego shift, where his ego actually started to come in to play, right? And I quickly dealt with that ego in a subtle way, not a necessarily direct way, because I didn't necessarily need to, but in a subtle way, I kept that ego in check from getting out of hand, right? So the first 7 years is a transition, right? And as a parent, for all those who are dealing with children at this age, what you're supposed to do is fill them with a lot of love during this period, a lot of love. Now, like I filled my son with a lot of love. It was just a lot of love energy, right? The first like year I did was a lot of love then too, but I did add a little bit of. You still got to add some discipline in there at certain points to to get them in a certain so they don't become spoiled, right? But you feel a lot of love though, a lot of love in this area. Now this can be a little difficult for those children who are dealing with possession, right? So when that happens, and if that happens, that's because they've been exposed to certain energies, whether it be through what's going into their body, or what's going into their eyes, or going into their ears, or just what's around them. When you have to deal with that possession part, you might have to bring in the discipline aspect a little early in order to get that possession kick it out, or to get it under control, right? But otherwise, essentially though, this is the love year, love with light discipline. The next transition from 7 to 13 is when the ego comes into play. Now they are fully aware of self. At this point, it's when discipline is supposed to come in. This is when you're supposed to start to buckle down now, right? Get them to really be concerned about how they move, how they act, how they talk, manners, respect, what's important in life, getting them to like almost in a military type of mindset. That's when you start drilling that military type of mindset, on discipline, on hygiene, on habits, things like that. This is where you really want to hone this in. You really want to hone this in from some 7 to 13. Really want to hone this in, right? You got to be really strict at this point in time. Why? Because then when they hop into their hormones, when their hormones start to come in, especially when they ramp up to full gear about 14 years old. They need to have the emotional discipline, the mental fortitude to keep their hormones in check by themselves. By themselves. But you have to do this at this age. Or at least that's what you're supposed to do it, right? From 14 to 20, this is where now they are, after they've been built up with the discipline, now they're preparing. They're preparing for adulthood, right? And you're there. Now you can start to lighten up the load again back, and now you show them a certain level of respect, almost as equals in a sense. Almost, not quite, but almost as equal. You start to show them a level of respect because they made it through the disciplinary years, and now they've got it down packed, and now you look at them as a young man, as a young woman, right? And um, um, they can start to make the sound decisions on their own now. To a certain extent, you can give them a certain leeway as they start to get older and older and get closer to that 18, 19, 20 years old. You give them a little more and more leeway because you've given them the proper discipline before that. And then when you get into um, and you also want to do it this way. Why? Because children need love, but they also need discipline. They need the skill sets. They need the knowledge. They need the information. Right? They need both. If you only give them one, not the other, they feel neglected. If you only give them love but not discipline, they feel neglected. If you only give them discipline but not love, they feel neglected. You got to give them both. But you also got to give them respect. Respect as not necessarily completely equal, but as I see you as a well put together, citizen, a well put together human, a fellow, well established, young person, right? Who I can build with in certain aspects, in certain ways, right? We can help to build and do things to take things to the next level together. Ashe. Right. So, and they need all three of these things. They need to feel the love, they need to feel discipline, they need to feel the respect. Right. All children, they're looking for that. If they don't get that, it doesn't mean that they won't love you, but they tend to not only flee the nest, but they just completely, separate themselves from you unless they absolutely need you. Otherwise, this is a big separation because they did not receive what they needed, and they don't know how to explain it to you. Sometimes they can kind of explain it to you, but they really don't know what's missing. And I'm telling you, that's what's missing. One of these things, if not two of these things, if not all three of these things. Okay. Love, discipline, and then you start to give them respect. Respect is that feeling of unconditional love. That's that feeling of unconditional love, right? But they understand that respect, that unconditional love was earned through the years of discipline, right? So they've earned your respect. It's a beautiful thing. Right. So then next we go into 21 to 27. This is where now you are finding self. You are now walking the path, right? Whether it be finding a wife, finding a husband, career, all of these type of things, right? You're finding yourself. You're going out there into the world to find yourself, to start to try to figure out, what is life about as, you know, uh, um, a full-fledged adult, right? Full-fledged adult. Doesn't necessarily mean that you have to not get to leave home necessarily. You could stay at home, you can stay with your family and continue to do it that way. But it doesn't. But either way, you still are now. You are responsible for yourself completely at this point, right? And trying to find your purpose. 28 to 34. This is where you really focus on building a life together uh, uh, with your partner, building, family, building business. Let's say if you were, especially if you were working those first however many years, or even if you're an entrepreneur, those first however many years, this is where you really start to build and establish yourself. Because a lot of entrepreneurs and some that do very, very well from years 21, 27, right nowadays, online streaming, things like that. But when you hit into those 30s, they have the money, but then their life is like in shambles and it's going different because that's the years where you got to start building now. So from 28 to 34, those are the karmic years. Those are the karmic years. That's when your karmic deck becomes the heaviest, right? Especially as I was it was brought to me, through I saw a video of a older gentleman talking about that. The years from 30, the strongest karmic years are years from 32 to 34. Those are the strongest of the karmic years, which makes sense because 33, that's the Jesus number. That is the 33rd vertebrae. That is the 33rd degree Mason. That is the getting over the hump section, right? So those are the building years. You got from 35 to 41. Notice are the leadership years. Those are the leadership years, right? Like the Malcolm X's and the Dr. Martin Luther King's. That's where those are the leadership years where now you have made it over the hump, over the years of enlightenment, over the karmic energy. You have walked the path of self. You have done everything now, and you're at a level of maturity where you can really truly lead other young men or other young women. You can truly lead. You've raised children, right, who are almost adults, or maybe they are adults, right? You are now ready to step into that leadership, or you might not even have any children at this point. You don't necessarily have to, but you definitely dealt with children. You've seen children. You've seen enough. You've experienced enough to now to be a leader, to go into that leadership role and a leader of your community, and to lead and be a role model for young children and young people, right? Then we go into 42 to 48, 40 or 42, to 48, right? 42, that's that ma'at number, that's the balance number, right? So that's where wisdom now starts to sink in, right? Because after you've gone through that leadership period, taking on that responsibility of the leadership role, right? You now have enough of experience where now the wisdom, and also you just go through a shift because that 42 now starts to allow you to get the wisdom of the universe. Ma'at is the balancing scales of the universe. The balancing scales of the universe, right? So this is where the wisdom really starts to sink in. You'll notice, you may have noticed, if you've spoken to people at that age, especially you speak to men who are in their 40s, they're always trying to drop jewels, especially to other young men or to young women. They're always trying to drop some wisdom, some information, right? Whether it's good information or not. They're always trying to drop something. They're always trying to teach you something, right? That is because the wisdom is now coming in, and they're starting to understand. When I say wisdom, they're understanding how what makes life and how life actually works, right? So because they're getting this wisdom, they just want to share it. They just want to share it, right? But 49 to 55, that's really the years where you're supposed to be really teaching, because 42 to 48, not saying you can't teach, but that's where you should really be paying attention to gathering the wisdom and just throwing it out here and there when necessary. But it's that 49 to 55 where now, because 50-year-olds, when you go to like college, for those who've gone to college, or even elementary school, those who are the teachers who are like 50, you'll notice those are usually the really good teachers. The really good teachers who really know what they're doing, who really know how to reach children, who really know how to reach the students, who really know their craft and their information, and how to set up tests, and how to set the notes up, and how to structure a class. That's usually about 50 years old. Usually about 50 years old, right? You also find that like people usually hit their financial peak at 50, right? Because that's when you're managing the most people at 50. That's the teaching level, right? So that 49 to 55, that's the teaching level. Then we go from 56 to 62, right? Well, 60s, we start to think about like that retirement type of age, right? So 56 to 62, you're kind of transitioning into getting ready for that retirement in the future. So now you're getting used to the idea of delegating. This is where delegation starts to come into place, whether it's delegation at home, whether it's hard to say delegation at home or in the family life, because we don't really have family structures like we used to, where you got everyone living in the same area or the same house, same neighborhood with the the children, the grandchildren, the parents, the grandparents, the great grandparents, the cousins, the uncles, and everybody kind of living. And then you have the elders, the eldest ones that are like at the top, and they are like, as they're getting older and older, they start to delegate more responsibility when it comes to like family dinners, when it comes to family like reunion type of concepts, when it comes to like celebrations or festivals or gatherings or what have you, right? Or just leading the family all together. They tend to do this in like in like the eastern part of the world, in the Middle East, where you'll have these big wealthy families where you got the parents, the grandparents, the children, the grandchildren, all living in the same big ass mansion, right? All sharing these exotic cars, right? And it's the parents or the grandparents, right, who are in charge, who lead the fold, But the grandparents or great grandparents, they delegate, especially the grandparents, right? They're the ones who are in that delegating space, but it'll be the parents who are in the leadership space, and then it'll be the children who are the builders who are building, right? And there'll be the grandchildren, right, who are going through the rites of passages, the rites of passages, right? And then we have 63 to 69. That's where self-mastery really starts to come into play. Where you're trying to really master your habits, master your spiritual practice, master your diet, master your new body's transition, right? Because you're getting older now, you get much older, your movements and things like that is where you start really focus on mastery of your daily habits, right? Mastery, right? Because you've done enough delegation to where now you can spend a lot more time on self and getting yourself in the right mindset, right? Mastering the mind. And then at 70 and beyond, now you are ready to start focusing on transcendence, right? Or in a sense, like from year zero, imagine this is another year zero, right? Where you're now getting ready you're focusing on your transcendence, which is another way of transition, right? It's another way of transition. But we're saying transcendence, and this one's transition because you're transitioning here, but transcendence is like leaving. So that's why we call this one transcendence. Transcendence, this one's transition, right? So at 70, now you start focusing on transcendence, and you are preparing yourself for however long it takes. You're preparing yourself, for that transcendence and leaving the children with the responsibility and the all those underneath you responsibility of taking care of the bulk of the actual building, financial establishments, teaching, and things like that. And you're just there, doing your thing. And then every once in a while, if someone comes to you, you give them some mysterious parable that takes them 30 years to figure it out before they understand what you told them. All right. So that's today's spiritual lesson. Now we're going to Q&A on attending spiritual clearings. Ashe.
Yeah, I forgot. a little over to the side. I feel mad loud today, like jangly as crap. Okay. You say I stay on with the heat on a matching fits. Yeah, we used to always be matchy every freaking day, but since my guy stopped getting dressed every day, um, it comes in spurts, and I appreciate it when we do though. Okay, I'm trying to get to the top of y'all things. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Why are you so bright? There we go.
Peace, family.
Grace.
To the thousands of Twitch viewers. Peace over to YouTube land, and please like, share, subscribe, and we appreciate all the super chats. And peace over to Instagram, right, and all the followership. We appreciate y'all. Let's see. Peace to Ashay Relentless. Peace to Relentless. Peace to Soul Rocker. Peace to Frida Jeweler. Ashay Relentless. Yeah, in the medical field, they call it death stage. I never understood that spiritual phase. Sounds about right. Ashay, exactly. Ashay. Right, they just, it's like we know what it is on a subconscious level. We know what these things are, but because we're saying it, we just don't know what we're actually saying or why we're saying it. I just said this, they bring bodies snatched. It's so sad. Ashay Relentless. Ashay. Wow, says Soul Rocker Relentless. I just said this to my friend. The kids are being body snatched, and it's so sad. Yeah, they are being, body snatched. A lot of adults being body snatched as well. But a lot of the adults who are body snatchers, they were already body snatched when they were younger, usually. So like adults, if they weren't body snatched when they were younger, then when they become adults, you'll see them get influenced by the body snatchers. You'll see them sometimes be temporarily body snatched, but it won't be permanent. But the kids nowadays, and those who were, even some of the kids who are now 20 in their 20s now, early 20s, and the kids younger than them, they're already fully snatched up, right? I mean, it's really hard to get someone, to get them out of that once they're in it. The music, imagery, and vaccines and the food, Ashe. Yes, I agree. The food, music, Ashe, Soul Rocker. Yes, my daughter's happened 8 or 9. I was working way too much. Ashe. They say I'm too militant. I blame my father. Ashe. The militant is good. It's just there's a certain time you're supposed to do it. There's a certain time you're supposed to do it because you got to do your best to transition when they transition. You got to do your best to transition. You got to put your pride to the side and make sure we as just men in general, but especially as black men, we're used to having hard fathers, right? So you naturally, as a
woman.
Huh?
That's a woman though.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I'm just saying we're used to having hard, father and women. You might have a hard father, as well. But so we're used to having hard fathers, and then so we like automatically go into this phase where we want to be like, it's hard for us to show some of the other sides of us to our children, right? But I made a very, very because I naturally was felt this blockage, but and I didn't necessarily, and I didn't know these things here that I have when I was, when my son was younger, but I felt it. I just knew it. I just always had the desire to be the greatest father ever. So in my mind, I was like, I have to break past this barrier. And even when most days in his first, like, 4, maybe like 3 or 4 years, even though it always felt weird doing it, I made sure that every time I saw him, every time, we interacted, I always was in this very loving, very excited to see him type of what's the word I'm looking for? Phase, not phase, but not position, but mode, right? And it's very like open. Like, even if it felt weird, it didn't matter. I was going to be, sometimes I would have to watch other people do it. Like when he was a baby, it was like really easy because he's just a baby. But then when he got to, so when he started a certain age, around like 3 or 4, it got a little tough because he can talk and things like that. So then you want to start to get kind of hard. And I would have to like watch other random people talk to my child, or see them see a random person talk to someone else's random person's child, because some reason the barrier just goes down when you talk to someone else's child, and you just like, oh, like, oh my god, they're so cute, right? So I would watch them, or I'd watch, grandparents especially, or like my son's grandparents or whatever, or his mother's grandparents. I would watch other people and just mimic them and be like, okay, all right, look how happy they are, look how like loving, look, okay, just do that. And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna do that, right? Yeah, it's weird, but it's like, now I would just literally copy what they would do, to be like, nobody's about to be more excited to see my son than me. I'm about to let some random person be more excited than me. I'm about to just copy what you and do it twice as hard. I'm gonna be twice as excited, right? So that's what I would do, and I until a point to where it became just normal, and I mastered that, And then when his ego started to come in, then by that time I got so used to doing it this way, I was like, oh man, I gotta switch it up now, and I gotta be the hard dad, right? But I slowly did it. I didn't do it right away. I kind of like slowly eased them into it, um, over the years, right? And we can't really use the whole, we can, but we can't really use the whole, like, we have to work and we're busy. Like, I've been working a lot since, I mean, when he was born, I was in college playing football, working 2 or 3 jobs at a time, playing college football, right? So it's like, you just, but it didn't matter. It didn't matter how tired I was. It didn't matter if I got 2 hours of sleep, 1 hour of sleep, no sleep. It just did not matter how tired I was. It was more important for me to build a certain type of connection with him, and it's still more important for me to build that type of connection with him, right? So now that we're in that, he's 12, he's in that disciplinary stage, he's heading towards the respect stage, so it's getting close. I continue to get up with him every day and to homeschool him, and to push him, his intellect in that manner, and to train with him, and to make sure I stay in shape so I can keep up with him. I actually put not to keep up with him, but be still better than him, so he can have somebody to chase and catch, right? And it's continued, to challenge him and push him, and stay on top of him, and things like that. No matter how tired I am, and trust me, I'd be super tired, but it doesn't matter. I push through, because it's going to bear fruit, no matter how successful or financially successful, or maybe just regular financially stable that he becomes. It's about the connection that's going to be built when he becomes an adult, to where I know that the feeling of respect and love and admiration will be mutual, and that we will always have each other's back, and it won't be this estranged relationship, as he becomes an adult, and he feel like he has to just be so distant away from me, or like I don't understand, or he doesn't understand. No, we're going to understand each other very, very well, right? But that's me thinking long. I think in all the terms: short term, mid term, long term, right? But that's the long term game. With children, it's a long term game. It's a lot of short term stuff to achieve a long term, goal. So Rock said that's something that's a little tricky because you as a parent don't have to expose your children. They could be around other kids and other people and get exposed. That's a good thing that you bring up. So Rocker, that's something that's a little tricky because you as a parent don't have to expose your children. They could be around other kids and other people and get exposed. Right. So my son was in public school until about the age of 9 or 10. I think 9. Till the age of 9. Yeah, 9. Might be 8 too. 8 or 9, right? So before that, he was in public school. That's no excuse though. It's no excuse. I made sure every day when I saw him, and I didn't, and there was a certain period around ages 5 to 8 or 9. I didn't get to see him every day, but I saw him at least 3 or 4 times throughout the week. Um, but I made sure when I saw him, I was paying attention to him. So I wasn't even seeing him every day. It didn't matter though. I was looking at him. I was seeing his mannerism. If something changed, I'm like, what's that? That's a new habit. That's a new energy. That's a new whatever. And if I didn't like it, I would nip it in the butt right there. Right? Or I would question him like, why are you doing that? Why are you dancing like that? Why are you moving like that? Why are you talking like that? Where'd you get that from? Like what? I was constantly, questioning him because he wouldn't question himself. He just like, I'm a young child. I don't know. I'm just, doing what I'm doing, right? And I would question him until eventually he started questioning himself. Like, man, why am I doing that? Why did I do But I would just stay on him to make sure that when he was starting to get outside of his normal habits, his normal way of thinking, his normal way of talking, I would get him back to his normal state. Not to my state, but to his normal state. Get back to his normal space, get back to his normal mentality. I would shift him back in there, right? So I would never allow the influence of other children or other, adults or other whoever to override my influence. I'm going to re-influence after I see that you're being influenced in a way I don't like, right? But I really pay harsh attention to my son, right? But I do that to all children, and to all other children that I have fathered and homeschooled, who are not even my blood children. I'm sitting there. The first thing I do, if they're especially of a certain age, um, I ask them like, "What do you want to be?" Or what do you want to do? Or what I get in their heads to see what are you thinking, right? And I end up knowing the children better than the than the mothers know the children, right? I get in their heads. I'm trying to figure out like who are you or who do you think you are, right? And then over time, if there's certain parts that don't quite make sense or that they don't quite understand who they think they want to be or how they think they want to live, I slowly reflect it to them and show them this is the direction that you think you want to go. Or you want to go this direction, but the way you're acting, the way you're moving is actually sending you in this direction. So I slowly start to show them how they do not coincide what you say you want versus what you're actually doing, right? And this is actually where you're headed to, right? And then has slowly turn them around slowly day by day. Don't do it all in one day, just slowly day by day. I'm playing the long game to get them into a positive direction, right? To children who are not even my children, even teenagers, right? So, we can't, I mean, you can use it as an excuse because there's these other, influences. But if you do use that as your excuse, it's just gonna allow them to be influenced by these other outside people and beings, and then you're gonna be the one stuck with this um, um, end product. That is your grown adult child. You're gonna be stuck with it. So if you don't want to, so like for me, I'm like I don't care. I gotta find whatever I can do to get them to not to override the negative influences and make my influence the most positive or the most influential or the most prominent in their life. Gotta know when to pass the torch. Ashe, relentless. You do gotta know. Just guide, not control. Ashe. Yes, they are still. People have to meet them where they are, not where you think they should be. Ashe. Fire says, wife, family, Sierra. That they end up with emotional problems. Ashe. I needed this lesson tonight, brother. Look, guys, I have 3 sons, Ashe, 28, 2018. Understanding each of them on their own individual level, trying to meet them where they're at is challenging and taxing, frustrating and taxing, right? Right, so let's say they're already at 18, 20, and 28. Okay, the 18-year-old, you want to, in a 20-year-old, you want to really try to show a certain level of respect, where you can. Try to show them that you see them, for who they are as adults, and try to, and so talk to them like how you would talk to a 20-year-old or 18-year-old that's not your child, that's not your son, right? Where like you're gonna like, hey, give them some guidance, give them some direction, but at the end of the day, like, hey, you can do what you want to do, young blood, do what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? I support it, but just know this way might not be the way. This way is probably, because that's what they're looking for at that age. And then 28-year-old, so what's that? He's going into the builder, into those building years, right? He just started his building years, right? So now, when you talk to him, you need if you when you talk to him and interact with him, it need to be about about building stuff, because that's what his essence wants. He wants to build. So you need to be trying to help him build, or give him some things to build on, or like as far as like whether it be business, whether it be career, whether it be family, whether it be a marriage, whether it be his fitness, whether it be his whatever whether it be spirituality. Help him build, right? Help him build, right? True says Lashar Ashe. Free Jew. So thank you for your impartation and contribution. I appreciate you, bro. Ashe. Free the jeweler. If that ain't the truth, Ashe. Descendants of transcendence, Ashe. Divine brilliance in that demonstration, brother guys, Ashe. Graffiti, y'all stay with the heat on the matching fits, Ashe. To graffiti, say that 3 times fast as Guantan. Graffiti, I'm reaching the end of my karmic and building phase and coming into the leader stage of my life. Ashe. Graffiti, I didn't know you was that old.
I think he's 33.
33, okay. I thought you was like 20. Like late 20s. Ashe. You look young. Ashe to Lashar. Off topic. So Lashar, I saw a black cat pass in front of me with no tail. Any meeting? Oh, snap.
No tail.
Black cat with no tail. I don't know. I got to think about that one. I got to meditate on that one. Facts. Lashar, high vibrations. Fire from high vibration, Ashe. Hey, every first timer, this is Aquarius Gem over here on YouTube. I gotta think about that black cat with no tail. Maybe Dublé might get an epiphany before I do, but I gotta think about that one. Greetings from Venezuela. I shade of Venezuela. Why is your shirt open, young man?
You sound like a dean or something.
Why is it open? Because it has buttons, so it has that capability of being opened or closed. I am a parent of 3 and agree. Shay, Kendra, Rob, Milk Dud Kid. Just ate a $30 sandwich. I don't know what are you talking about. Firecrack. $30 sandwich. I hope that was a good sandwich. I hope that was a great sandwich, man. Fair Use says, peace and abundance, God. My gratitude for listening. I shade Fair Use. Bonjour from France. Bonjour, Pascal. Let's see. Peace, Taylor Young. Jesus love you always. Remember that. All right, Kaylee, I don't know why you talking about the Jesus thing, man. We ain't even talking about religion on any level. We talking about people transitioning through their life phase. I'm pretty sure Jesus would support that, right? That's why they made it apparent that he was 33 years old when he came back. When he came to lead the people. He came to lead the people, right? You know, and it was intense for him when he was 33, right? Things got intense, and then he ended up, they end up supposedly putting him on the cross. I don't know how old he was though when that happened though. I don't know. He might have been 34, 35. I don't know, or maybe he was still 33. I don't know.
I think he was 33 when he died.
Or when he came back, he might have been like 31 or 32 when he came back from Egypt. And then I think he was like 31 or 32, and then the whole sacrifice was supposed to be when he was 33.
Yeah.
You know, if that was him being sacrificed. See, but that's a whole nother lesson. You know, we got to go into the Bible, because if y'all watch the Book of Clarence, watch that movie, you might have an understanding that, you know, Jesus might not have been the one that was actually sacrificed, but I shame. But also Jesus went to Egypt when he was 14, right? 14 to what? So 14 to 20, that's preparation. That's when he went through his preparation phase, right? Prepare. And then he was 14, but he didn't come back until he was, what, 30, 31, 32, somewhere around there. So he went to his preparation, he went to finding self, right? All in Egypt, and then he came back. Then he came back to build. Then he came back to build, right? He came back to build. And then after he transitioned, or transcended, however you want to look at it, right? He became a leader after that. Or he's been leading certain parts of the world. You know, that's just another way to look at it. I'm in my exodus, says Frida Jeweler, from my 7-year trauma healing season. So tonight's lesson was spot on. I express gratitude, Ashe. Holistic abundance be upon y'all, and hedge of protection around y'all. Ashe, Frida Jeweler. We appreciate the love and the abundance affirmations. Yeah. Ashe. All right, look like I got to everybody. So
You gotta do clearing.
I got clearing. What do?
I sent you a cash app from the clearing, the live clearing. Sierra, are you still here? I sent you the I don't even know if she's still here. Sierra, are you still here for the clearing?
Is that the one with the sun?
Mm-hmm. I asked if she wanted to live. She said yeah.
Sierra, you here, Sierra? Yes, I'm here on my son's page, Ashe. So go ahead and bring you on then. Peace, peace.
Peace, lovelies.
Peace. Peace. How you doing, man? How you doing?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
I'm good.
Awesome.
Nice seeing y'all.
Great to
Likewise.
see you. Yeah. And you're Sierra, right?
Yes, I'm on my son's page because I had to entertain my daughter on my phone. She watching cartoons. So.
Okay, I got you. And your son's name?
Taquan.
Taquan?
Yeah, Tyquan.
TYQ. Okay, Taquan. Shay. How old are you, Taquan?
15.
You said 15?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. So you in the beginning of your becoming a man phase.
Yep.
Yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful. Awesome. Oh, what kind of spiritual work did you want done today?
Spiritual clearing.
Spiritual clearing. Okay. And wait, like in particular, you want it for both of you, right?
Yes, for both of us.
Okay. Okay. And was there anything like particular that you felt like was on you that needed to be removed or needed to be shifted?
Probably, I would say a lot of blockages.
Okay. A lot of blockages?
Yeah, maybe some soul ties too.
Some soul ties. Okay. Okay. Any type of blockages you feel like anything you're being blocked from?
Yes, maybe like financial problems, relationships, all of that.
Okay. Okay. How about you, Taekwon?
Probably the same, right?
It's the same.
It's the same? All right. Asha. Okay. So, why don't you go ahead, both of you, to close your eyes. And then take a deep breath. Slowly let the air out. Take another deep breath. And one more deep breath. And as you continue to breathe, I want you to visualize inside of your mind first the color purple. Now switch to the color red. Now switch to the color yellow. Now switch to the color orange. Now switch to the color turquoise. Now switch to the color blue. Now switch to the color green. The whole room is green. And that green starts to transform into green numbers, zeros and ones, like the matrix, flowing up and down, side to side. You see all these zeros and ones, like you're in a computer program. And then all the numbers start to conjoin together and to turn into like a little green bottle. It's like a little green perfume bottle. And this green bottle is floating in this black space and it's shining bright. And on one side is you, Sierra, of this bottle, and the other side is you, Taekwon. And as this green bottle shines, there's a green light inside of your chest that also shines, representing the heart chakra. And then from the depths of the darkness behind the bottle, you slowly see a majestic black goddess walk up with white hair, white and blackish hair, peppery, with a very young, vibrant face, and she's about a foot taller than both of you. And this is Yemiya. Now I want you to take a deep breath. And as you breathe out, she starts to pour water from her hands into the green bottle. And as she pours this water into the bottle gets bigger and larger and taller and wider. And it gets so big that it's covering up both of your bodies. And then on count of three, 1, 2, 3, boom, you're both inside the jar. And you're swishing around in the liquid, in the water. And it's like a storm that's happening inside this bottle. And it's violent, and it's turning, and it's flipping you upside down and inside out. It feels. You feel it going into your body and out of your body, into your nose, through your ears, flushing and swishing and It almost becomes hard to breathe until the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Boom, the bottle breaks. And you come rushing out. All the water and your bodies are soaking wet. And you start to cough up mucus, and you start to cough up what's been blocking you. Start to cough up this blackness, this muck all over the floor. And then Yemiya comes to both of you and helps you both to stand up. And she smiles at you. And then she slowly starts to shift into the background, fading away. And then as soon as she shifts out of sight, another starts to come forward. And she's in all yellow with a yellow crown, a big smile. And she's about the same size as both of you. And with her is a gust of wind. And this wind starts to dry you off. And you look down on your bodies, and now you see that you're in all white. White linen. And you're dry and you're clean. And there's all types of plant life around you, and now you're standing in a field filled with sunflowers. And the sun is out and is kissing your skin. And you look for Oshun, and she has disappeared into the fields. And now you turn around, and behind you, you see a pyramid. On the count of 3, 1, 2, 3, boom, you enter into that pyramid. And in that pyramid, there's a throne. And on that throne, you have 2 gods. You have Oya, the goddess of thunder and lightning, and you have Shango, the king of thunder and lightning. And Shango goes up to Taekwon, and Oya goes up to Sierra, and they both touch you on your heart chakras, and you feel a zap into your entire body, stimulating your entire your being, filling you up with grand power. You can feel the electricity flowing through your hands and your feet, down your neck into your spine, all through your crown, and in each of the 7 chakras. And now when you look at each other, you see each other dripped in the finest of robes and king and queen attire with rubies and jewels and extravagant garments and furs. And this is your true selves. This is your higher self. This is your noble selves. The selves, the part of self that's been blocked, that's been hidden, and now has been presented, has been activated, and been brought forth, allowing you now to walk down the path of greatness if you choose to do so. Now take a deep breath. Take another deep breath. One more deep breath. Now you may open your eyes.
Feel better.
Good. How you feel, Taekwon?
Good.
Good.
Good. Have any questions? No, that was it. Thank you. Awesome. You're welcome. Yeah, feel free to talk about the experience with each other, right? So you can grow upon it, build upon it, and then we'll see you on the live as usual. Okay. Thank you. I'll show you up. I say. I say. See, Brown Thompson says, since I hit 42 in August, I have been looking at things different. I woke up like, you know what? I no longer have to take this low vibrational energy anymore. I say that is the wisdom that comes in at the 42 year cycle. Brandon Vincent said, why green? Because when they were talking about love, when they were talking about money, I associated that with the heart chakra, and the heart chakra is green. So that's why I decided to go there. Eli said, I tried that preparation this morning before my day started. It works, man. Thanks. That's what was healing. I'm trying to share with others. I share, Eli. I think you're talking about, the preparation for your day, right? Getting up, getting your mind prepared to think in a certain, the mentality, that the winning mentality, whatever that mentality you have chosen for yourself, is important to do that. I did that this morning. I do it every morning, and it keeps me on track throughout the day. And then at night, I go back to thinking that way as well, preparing my mind so that when I go into the dream world, the beings that attack and that try to infiltrate you sometimes in the dream world can be thwarted, so I don't get thrown off in the morning. Well, this feels very California, Ashe. Boston, Ashe. Be blessed, or blessed be, says Rainy Winter. Blessed to you. It's a bishop said what it actually is, Ashe. I've been wanting to go to California. Well, I used to want to go to California. I don't feel the desire anymore, but I used to want to live in California, San Diego to be exact. But I guess I just brought California to me, because we are the furthest you could pretty much possibly be from California. What school did you play football for? For William and Mary. William and Mary is a D1 AA school in Virginia. My son got me sick with strep. Shake my head. About to rewind it back. I say, just Sky, you should get some peppermint oil and some cedarwood oil, and put that on your throat 2 or 3 times a day. Once in the morning, once at night, once during the day. You put on more times than that if you like to, but that will. Strep throat is all strep throat is an overabundance of bacteria and inflammation. That's all strep throat is an overabundance of bacteria and inflammation. Get you some peppermint oil, get you some cedarwood oil, rub that on your throat multiple times throughout the day. When you first put it on, you're going to feel a difference. You're going to feel a difference when you first put it on. Okay. And just keep putting it on, because you're going to keep combating that bacteria and inflammation and white blood cells that are built up inside of your throat, inside these glands right here and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, so do that, and you will feel a lot better, and you'll get over the strep a lot quicker, way faster. Thank you again, says High Vibrations, right, Taekwon, and Sierra Ashe. You are welcome, feeling lighter. That's good. Peace to graffiti. All right, so now I will head on out and let Ms. Dublé take care of the rest, and I will catch y'all tomorrow. Ashe.
All right, lovely. So we're about to close out our nightly read. Chapter, y'all. Which chapter we on? Anybody remember? Yeah, we read 47. Um, y'all, anybody know what chapter we on? Jasmine, do you do wire wrapping classes? I do not. I don't. I don't. Yo, I have like I have a brain fog right now. Uh, I think I got it. Okay. I think 50. No, we on 48. We on 48. First 48. Lord, and all I heard was I got 48 hours with Diddy. No. Okay, nice. It's a short one. All right, y'all. So we're beating. Beat it, okay? We are reading from the book 90, Building the Ultimate Empire. Grab your copy on CrystalineMars.com or on Amazon. And we're on chapter 48, and it's titled Work Ethic, and it reads, might as well call it Repetition Part 3. Doesn't most work involve some form of repetition? That would make a hard worker someone who is committed to the art. But the reason why I have broken this down into a separate chapter is because I want you to understand what work ethic is. Ethics, according to Google, is a set of moral principles. Work ethic is the principle itself that hard work is intrinsically virtuous of worthy of love, or worthy of reward. How did I get love? Here we understand that work ethic is not a verb, it is a belief. A person who is always looking for the easy way out is who we would label as having a low work ethic. A person who works very hard for a very labor-intensive industry does not necessarily have a high work ethic. Work ethic is measured by your daily efforts. It is still measured by your goals and desires, as well as how your actions align with them. Your work ethic is your religion. And whatever you most believe in, you will certainly follow. If you believe that you can become a billionaire and that it is priority for you, you will undoubtedly have a high enough work ethic to accomplish just that. But it has to be those two things combined. You have to believe first you can do it, and second, it must be a priority. Meaning, it's the first thing on your list every day, and you think in critical creative terms in order to gain one step closer to your dreams. Mark Minert, owner and founder of a facility built for adults with special needs called Dream Shine, is the definition of what it means to have a high work ethic. First off, to create a successful business from scratch requires incredible belief in oneself, and it will probably have to be your almost highest possible priority in life. Probably second only to breathing. Why? Because the competition is endless in business. Whether it's a nonprofit or a for-profit, it is still considered a business, and people still need to make money. Investors are involved, your opponents don't want to see you succeed, and you are uncertain every day of your life on what you are doing. Starting your first business is like telling someone to climb a mountain without any formal training on the proper rock climbing techniques and strategies. And that's exactly what Solid Dude, aka Mark Minert, did, as he explained in his book, The Story of You. He got to climbing. Mark saw that there was a need for high quality care and services for adults with special needs that the current administrations were just not providing. He felt like it was his duty and obligation to create a program that gave these type of individuals a place to grow intellectually, skillfully, and socially. Mark felt they needed more than just a babysitter. They needed a community, and after months of studying, certifying, rejections, and threats, he and his sister, Amy Minert, were able to establish Dreams Shine. After 10 years, it still stands. How do you overcome adversity? You work through it. How do you defeat challenges? You outwork failure. but this is pretty much a given. You and I both know without a doubt. Then why doesn't everybody, including your team, know it? Is it because they don't like hard work? No. It's because their success religion is different from yours. They don't believe that they can win no matter how hard they work. Or success is not a priority to them. Or they feel that committed work in this is a waste of time. You have to change their work ethic. You have to change their success religion. You can believe in yourself that you can build the ultimate empire all you like. You can even make it your everyday most important agenda, but all empires need people. And if those people do not have the same work ethic, then your empire will never rise, and whatever you build in hopes will eventually crumble. Create a religion of high work ethic. Ashe. The name of the book we just read is 90 Building the Ultimate Empire. It's available for $20 on Amazon or crystalinemars.com. So that concludes our read for the night. Thanks for choosing to share this space with us, and we'll see you very soon on the next episode. Enjoy the rest of your night, evening, morning, whatever time it is around your way. Ashe.